Welcome to the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast.
Hello, everyone. This is Jarvis Scott with What's Happening Birmingham. Happy February, everybody. This is my first video for February. And who else will I kick it off with everything going on in the stock market world? And our good friend Tim Lewis of 4D Traders Institute. Tim, welcome back.
Welcome. Glad to be here with you, Jarvis, on this first day of a brand new month of a brand new year.
Yes. Everybody knows this man. I love he did a TV spot and a commercial spot that you can dump this man on any corner in America.
I love it. Hey, Jarvis, I thought you would like that one, buddy.
Yeah, I love that tagline. I want to bring Tim on today to kind of explain what's been going on with this whole GameStop frenzy and also how to invest in 2021, because we know this is a new year and everything we've been through, despite the pandemic, unless people been living on the rock, the stock market has not reflected what's been going on in Main Street.
That's true. That's true.
The people still have been making money. So the first thing I want to kind of kick off, Tim, how you been doing, man?
Man, been doing great, man. Thank you for having me. What a joy it is to be here. Just thank God that I'm safe, my family's safe. As you mentioned, during this pandemic and all the left stuff that's been going on, it's just good to be alive, first of all, and it's just good to be healthy. So I'm thankful.
Yes. So explain to the average person that doesn't really watch the stock market but been hearing about this GameStop news, what's going on with that?
Well, it's been in the news and it's still in the news today. A company like GameStop, who pretty much was going under and losing value, had no good basic fundamentals, and these big hedge funds decided, Jarvis, to short the stock and to pretty much drive it out of business. You know, that's what was going to happen. But then these retail investors, the small people, the mom and pops, your young folks with Robinhood trading accounts now, jumped on board, and from this company Redx, they got word that was happening, and they just started buying up the stock. And when they did, instead of the stock going down, it just drove it up. And all these big hedge funds lost billions of dollars because of the small man. It's like David taking on Goliath, and they got their stuff all in the wad because they're not used to that. And so that's why you're hearing about the talk. Billions of dollars was lost to these hedge funds, and they're licking their wounds. And these retail investors or traders are the ones who made that happen. And so right now you got the SEC looking into it and saying what's going on, But as one person put it, when they were losing their money, nobody was looking into anything. So they're getting very little sympathy by way of what's been going on overall by way of a lot of people. So that's what's been happening. So interesting stuff. A new day, a whole new day when it comes to trading.
Yeah, because literally, all you gotta do is just download, either Robinhood or a couple of these other apps, and if you correct me, you takes out the middleman. Usually, you have to call somebody, and they place the stock for you. Now you do it from a download of the app,
right?
But which is pluses where you are in control of your money, but then the minus behind it, if you don't really know what you're doing,
right?
Which leads us in our conversation today, you could lose more money by not even knowing.
Right. And the word that I want to use, Jarvis, and I've said it over and over again, and that is get educated, folks. Don't just start running after stuff because you heard something on the radio, on TV, and you just start randomly just buying stuff. You want to get educated and know how this stuff works, because just like you can make money, as you know, Jarvis, you can lose money. And a lot of folks, will get hurt, especially those who don't know what they're doing.
So what did you notice about the stock market last year after the pandemic that kind of alerted you? Was like, wow, that's kind of different. I didn't think that didn't plan out that way.
Yeah, the amazing thing with all the unemployment, Jarvis, with all the deaths from coronavirus and all the unemployment, you would think the stock market would be falling out the sky.
Mhm.
But yet and still, it made record highs just last week, hit a new record high. And you learn that the market is the big dog and the market is right. So you have to be careful of opinions, because I may have an opinion that, hey, this thing should be going down. But what you discover is that opinions are often wrong. And so all those who were betting on that the market was going to be going down, falling out the sky, they are being destroyed by way of their accounts. And the market continues to make record highs, and even the day is up. Jarvis, just heading back towards highs.
So how does, let me just explain, because a lot of times I know with the stock stuff, it can be over people's head. How
Yeah.
does the stock market kind of work? Just sum up in like a minute or so.
Well, the stock market is real simple. You have what is called public traded companies. I'll take, like,
Okay.
for example, you can take like McDonald's. Okay, McDonald's is a public traded company which offers shares to different investors or to the average person, where you can go in and say, hey, I want to own some of McDonald's. And the way you own it is by buying shares. Okay,
Mhm.
so if the shares are $175 for one share, if you want to buy two, so you times that times two, and now you are a part owner of McDonald's. And when you buy a stock, the whole idea is that you hope that it goes up. And if it, whole idea is just like in real estate, buy low, job is sell high. And so when you hear people talking about fundamentals, they're talking about buying a good, solid company that has some track record, something that's going to be around a while, because many companies, even public traded companies, can go out of business as well. And so you want to do your research and find a company that you feel good about, that also not just feel good about, but has the backing and the fundamentals to prove that this company is a solid company. So do your research, get educated, but that's pretty much how it works. It's just, finding a company and investing in that company, and taking shares in that company.
So what goals should somebody set when they start investing in the stock market? Like
I'm sorry, so what, job is?
what goals should somebody set when they
Oh,
want to
okay.
invest?
People have different goals. Your whole goal, the whole number one goal is to make money. If you're investing in a stock, you don't want to just be giving your money away, because, like you said earlier, just like you can make money, you can lose money. But I would set some goals. You can set some goals like, I want to grow. In other words, if you're investing, you're talking long term, Jarvis. You're talking about anywhere from 5 to 30 years. So the whole idea is for that money to continue to compound and grow 5%, 10%, 20%. I did some. I'll give you an example. I invested in a company, and it went over 100% this year. So, well, it was last year, but it's, hit over 100%, which means my money doubles. Instead of getting a 10% return, I've gotten 100% return. And then, so again, that's the whole idea, is to grow your money, and that don't always happen where you're gonna get 100%. But if you can get a consistent 10, 5, 8%, 20% on a consistent basis, that compound money is going to grow like crazy, and especially if you're talking long term.
I guess the next question I know people always ask you is, how much should I start off with to invest?
Well,
Typically.
because of Robinhood, you can start off with very little now. You got stocks, Jarvis, as much as $1,000 a share, and some stocks are only 30 cents a share, so it just depends. But again, the biggest thing is, if you're going to play in this game, just know that there are sharks in the water,
Mhm.
and there are sharks designed to eat you up. So you want to get educated, and you want to do a little research. And but far as starting, you can start with as little as 150, 200, $300. They don't, to get started. But of course, that's not your goal. Your goal is to grow if you got financial goals. But as far as getting started and getting your foot in the game, getting your foot in the water, it doesn't take a lot of money. No, especially with the technology. In other words, technology has done one thing, Job. It has leveled the playing field. It has allowed the average person to get in the game. When before, you had to call up a broker and say, hey, can you buy me some Southwest stock? Well, you don't have to do that anymore. You can do that yourself. You talked about earlier, eliminating the middleman.
So I've heard this old saying, people say you should invest in stocks that you use every day, like consumer products, or if you got iPhone, invest in
Hmm.
Apple, or if you
Right.
use Clorox. However, I've seen as well that sometimes you just need to invest in things like, say, for instance, maybe like a year ago. Imagine if we all would invest it in Zoom
Right.
and what
Yeah.
Zoom would have been. So
Yeah.
what advice do you give to people about which stocks to kind of pick first?
Well, it goes back to what we talked about earlier. I don't love any stock. I love what they're capable of doing. When I was investing in real estate, one of the things I learned, Job, is not to fall in love with a house. You want to fall in love with what that house could produce. If the numbers weren't right, I don't care how cute it was, how nice it was, you didn't want to be touching that house. Same thing when it comes to investing in stocks. You want to do some kind of research and set up some kind of guidelines, invest in your education, read books, attend workshops. I mean, get some knowledge before you get into this game. And just following hot stock tips over the internet or because you saw something on TV, in the long run, that can hurt you. Okay, you wanna, if you're gonna do this, you want to at least have some kind of foundation. Know what you're looking for, know what you're dealing with, because again, just like you can make money, you can lose money. And if you're wondering how much you can lose all of it.
Okay, and let's talk about, it's a great segue into like what you do
Okay.
and your background and how you got into doing this.
Yeah, I was forced into entrepreneurship, and when I did my research, I discovered that people made their money in several ways. One through real estate investing, one through starting a business, and the third one, like Warren Buffett, through the stock market. And I'm like, man, I got to get in this game because there are trillions of dollars out there. Let me tell you this, Jobs. We talked about 2020 being a rough year, but it wasn't rough for everybody. Billionaires and millionaires. Elon Musk is the richest man in the world now.
Hmm.
Elon Musk made in 2020 job is $150 billion. In
Yes,
one
yes.
week, he made 55 billion 1 week. That's a lot of money. You come home, hey, sweetie, how did your day go? Well, I had a pretty good week. How much you made? I just made 150 billion in 1 week. So we're talking about a lot of money out there. And the thing is, I said, hey, I got to get in the game. And so once I understood that that was the kind of money that was out there, the kind of money that could be made, I wanted to start educating myself, and that's what I did, and that's what we do even to this day. We do have a um, company called 40 Traders where we, help to educate those who want to get involved in learning how the market works and how to trade the market, in particular, what we do. So we're excited about it. We got a lot of great students that just got off the phone with one, and they are excited that they're learning a skill and getting knowledge, because knowledge indeed is powerful.
So with your program that you go through, I know you had one program one time. It's like how to make money 1 hour a day.
Yeah, we trade about an hour a day, and we had some people do that today. And of course, we trade in our live trade room every day, and we had people make a boatload of money this morning. So just trading, and we're not investors. I mean, we do invest, like I said, for the long term, but for the most part, we're just trading. We're just in and out, in and out, in and out, with the goal of making some money for that day and being flat, and then picking it back up the next day. So that's pretty much what we do on a regular basis, and that's what we teach. And like I said, we got students from all around the country, from all walks of life, from professional athletes to doctors, lawyers, teachers, preachers, educators, police officers, nurses. I mean, you name it, white, black, we have it. So we got a great community, and we're having a lot of fun with it. And the thing that really excites me, Jarvis, is that people are getting knowledge, because when I wanted to know, there was nobody there to teach me, nobody that I could relate to, willing to help me, give me any kind of information. It's like, you're on your own, kid. Get out of here.
Mhm.
So we're very excited about what we do to try to help people at least have a foundation.
So what advice would you give to somebody that, they're serious about investing and they don't maybe want to go do the Robin Hood type of thing, but they
Right.
actually want to get like an advisor or a professional like yourself? What should they look for when?
They should look for somebody who has a track record, somebody who's been in the game a while, and somebody who's demonstrated that they have a knowledge of the market. But I'm under the personal belief that nobody cares for your money, job is like you. Nobody looks out for your money like you. I learned that a long time ago. That's why I decided to do my own stuff, because you turn your money to somebody else. A lot of times they're making money, making commission, whether you making money or not. And I tell you what started. I gave a guy $20,000 one time, and I told him to grow it. He said, "I can grow it for you." Well, he didn't tell me he was growing it in the opposite direction. It went from 20 to 11,000. I'm like, man, what are you doing? Oh, but he was getting paid either way. So whether I made money or not, he was still getting his commissions. And so I said, hey, send me the rest of it. He said, no, no, send me the rest of it. And I said, I need to start educating myself and making my own decisions. So if I'm gonna lose money, it's gonna be on my decision, not on somebody who could care less about me and my family. So, and that's what's happening. And if you're not going to do the research, if you're not going to get off into it, your best thing is to, um, you know, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing this with you. But so don't take the best thing is to find a mutual fund, or I would just say, for example, you can buy the S&P. Just invest in the S&P, which is 500 of your largest companies in the U.S. And just on a dollar cost averaging basis, just each month, and people have done well who've done that. So that's without, in other words, you don't have to do a lot of research. You don't have to do a lot of work. You're just investing in the 500 largest companies in the U.S. And sometimes it's up one month, sometimes it's down. But overall, the average is it's been yielding anywhere from 10% and up. Okay, so that's the simple way to do it. Okay, without if you're lazy, if you don't want to do no research, that's probably the best way to go. I would recommend a person look into just investing in indexes such as the S&P 500.
Now, the other thing I want to go back to earlier, and this may get to the nuts and bolts of stocks.
Okay,
What are options?
options, it's a form of investing. It's a lot of times it's short term, where you like for example, when I was doing real estate, sometimes I would tie up a house and hold it with the idea that I had a certain period of time either to get rid of it or to sell it or to pass it on. And options are like that. You have the option to execute it or not. And you're just tying up stock, but it's the same principle. If you're buying an option, you hope that it goes up within a certain period. And the only thing it's got what is called time factors on it when it comes to options. It's just a different area. But again, it's an education within itself. So if you're going to do options, hey, get educated, get educated, get educated. But people are doing options, they're doing long-term trading, doing day trading. There's so many things you can do. There's not a right or wrong way, Jarvis. The biggest advice that I would give anybody is whatever you do, get you some education.
So, look into a crystal ball. I'm
Hmm.
not going to ask you which specific
Sure.
companies. What specific industries do you think are going to be on the rise this
I
year?
think technology. I think solar, Jarvis, solar energy. Biden has been big on that. Technology. Elon Musk. Think about it. A few years we didn't hear of no Christ. I mean Tesla. And this
Mhm.
guy now is the richest person. His company is worth more than Ford, Chrysler, GM all combined together. And these companies been around for 100 years. This guy just showed up, and his company's worth 4 or 5 times than all of them combined. So
Mhm.
I would say technology, energy, stuff like that, and even right now, your drug stocks. With this vaccine coming out, stuff like that. But again, do your research. Find something that you, like you said, that you actually like, but at the same time, you can point to it and say why I did what I did, not because I just like this company. No, we like what the company is doing. So because we're not just trying to lose money.
So, if they would like to get in contact with you and find out more about your program,
Sure,
how can they reach you?
Well, they can reach us you can call the office number at 205-422-9000. Again, that's 205-422-9000. So if we can help you by way of what we do, it may be for you, it may not be. But again, we're here. Feel free to reach out to us at 205-422-9000 if you're interested in learning how to trade the market and what we do.
So, any final thoughts you want to add? I know we covered
Yeah,
a
covered
good
quite a bit,
section.
and you did a good job. I mean, you had the questions today. You came out swinging on this first day of February, like you're doing the rope dope or something, boy. But no, just continue to be safe out there, protect yourself, and continue to work on your education, especially if you're going to get involved with the market. That would be my biggest advice to anybody: get educated, get educated, get educated.
All right. Well, Tim, thank you again for coming on
Sure.
today.
It's been a joy hanging out with you, buddy. Good job, and appreciate all what you've been doing too, by way of keeping folks aware of what's happening around Birmingham.
Yeah, I just wanted because you was the first person I thought about when I was when all this GameStop was going on. I was like,
Yeah,
bring Tim
yeah.
on and explain this to us. So I feel like, especially I would speak in the African American
Yeah.
community, it's the biggest divide in the
Right.
wealth gap
Yes,
is that we
too.
don't know anything about stocks.
Right, yeah.
And we're the biggest consumer of
Right.
all these stocks.
That's true. That's true.
Facebook, it could be iPhone with
Right.
Apple. We walk around with these products every day
Right.
and we don't own a stock in any of it.
That's
Any
true.
way,
That's right.
especially like you said today with Robinhood and all these apps, to own a little piece of what you buy.
Right. Yeah, that's
So,
a good point.
you know, any way that, you know, I mean, for all races that's watching this, but I particularly say, you know, communities of color, we have to get in this game.
Right. Got to get in the game.
Yeah. And
It's one thing to be on the sideline, up in the bleachers cheering. Yeah. But I want to be on the field where the players are. So you're right. Get in the game. That's a good point, Jarvis. Get in the game. Encouraging people get in the game because there's a lot of money in the game. I told you, Elon Musk made $150 billion last year. That's a nice year. that's trillions and trillions of dollars out there being circulated. You want to get in the game. Go where the money is, but get educated. Good point, Jarvis. So I would say again, work on getting in the game, folks, because being on the sideline, it's not where the action is.
It really isn't. So thank you all for watching the video today. Please check out what's happening Birmingham.com for more videos. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you all again. Have a great day. Bye-bye, and buy some stock, people.
All right. Take care, Jarvis. Have a good one, buddy. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast. Please check out our website, app, or subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest videos today.